welcome back to my channel. Sorry about my lovely hairdo. That's not what we're here for. Today I am going to show you how I did this eye on this side. Let's just get right into it. Today I went ahead and used a little bit of the P. Louise base to go ahead and prime my eye. And as you see, I used the Blue Blood palette and the Bloodlust palette together. So let's get straight to it. I'll tell you, these are two super awkward big palettes, and to get them sitting next to each other on a vanity that is crowded with stuff is next to impossible. So let's just get right to it. Now I started off on this side with High King, which is this color here. I went ahead and went straight in with High King and started blending that in. And really, it doesn't matter what brush or anything you use. I'm just kind of grabbing at various brushes that probably I don't use a whole lot. Going ahead and blending that in. And just like the other ones we've done, I go ahead and get the shape going on the eye and then go from there to filling in the color. You can see where we've got that shape going. Now I went ahead and grabbed a little fluffier brush and went into Blue Monday, which is, I'm not going to pick up the palettes, it's that real bright blue out of the Blue Blood palette, and I went ahead and started working that into that outer corner and going back and forth with a little packer brush, whichever makes it easier for you. I just kind of go in, pack the color, blend the color, pack the color, and then blend it some more. And just like I always do, I kind of get that shape started. When you have hooded eyes, that's one of the things you really want to do is get in there and set your shape, because when you move your eye different ways, your crease is going to be all different. So you want to relax your face, look straight ahead at something. I have my monitor right here and I have a mirror right here. Look straight ahead, and then you want to kind of come slightly above where that rests. See where we'd be able to see that blue peek out. And go ahead and come over with that. Now, by setting that down, you're giving yourself that little ledge to work with, you know, where you can know for sure that when you relax your eye, you're still going to see it. But you want to give yourself just a tiny bit of room, because you're going to come in after that with that fluffier brush and just kind of blend that out. Really just blending that out, softening that edge. You don't want to come up too high, but you do want to keep it where it's just above how your crease is. Now, if you have hooded eyes like how mine are, my eyes are totally different as far as how the hood is. It's hard to tell now because I have makeup on one and not on the other as much. It makes it very difficult. But it takes practice going back and forth. If you see a look that you like and it's on somebody's eye that's totally, you know, different from how your eye is, let me just clean this up right here. I just noticed that kind of came up a little bit higher, and that's why we usually do both eyes at the same time. It makes it a little harder, but I figured it would save us some time if I did one off of camera. I'm coming underneath with that blue, and one day right up underneath and hugging that lash line, because when you have a hooded eye, if you hug that lash line right there and come down, that really helps you set that outer corner. See, it's easier if I show you in the eye that's finished, because you're seeing so much more that's kind of blurred out and kind of blended off. So let me go ahead and pack that in there. And now I took a little skinnier brush even, and I'm going back into that High King color and bringing it back in right above and using that to soften that line back up. See how I go back and forth? Just keep going back and forth between the blue and that color, really getting it blended in and kind of softened up right there, because you want it to kind of seamlessly go into the other color. There. It's hard to kind of keep a track of your brushes. I usually on a look like this will use between 4 and 12 brushes, just really depending. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that blue. I'm going to follow my actual crease, which is down in here, and I'm going to follow that down right in there. See, I followed my actual crease because when you're kind of hooded eye, it's more going to be back here. That's going to be so hooded. When you come up in here, you kind of want to leave that a little more open because you don't want to close that eye in. See how I brought that blue over in here on both sides where it blended in with that darker, but still left us that little area right there. Go back into the Bloodlust palette, and I'm going to go into Deviant, which is that, like, it's like a lavender color in there, and I'm going to bring that right above High King to kind of blend that edge out, and I'm going to even bring that up underneath here, outer, just to give that High King color a softer kind of spot to land on, I guess. I'm going to come right back and bring that High King back in. If you notice, you're blending, packing, it's going back and forth until you get the kind of look that you want. Now comes the fun part. I'm just going to take a little makeup wipe and just kind of clean this up under here just a tiny bit. I'm going to take my NYX glitter glue. I don't know why I call it glitter glue. It's actually NYX glitter primer. And I always take my primers on the back of my hand. It really helps that out. I'm going to kind of tap it out a little bit. And I'm going to come in with my finger and just kind of tap that on. And then I'm going to come in behind that. This is just a little pro shader brush. I couldn't even tell you who it's by. Probably a Sephora brush, knowing me. And I'm going to use that just to really kind of carve that in. I'm not going to do a cut crease on this, but I am going to pat that on over that just to keep myself a nice sticky base. Even pat it over the darker outer. You want to come all the way out to the edge, right where your eyelashes end, and tap that over. Make sure to go ahead and wipe the excess off my finger because never fails, I touch something and get it stuck to my face. All right, now I'm going to take that same brush we just used to pack that on where it's got a little bit of that glitter glue on it. Still from packing that on. Just had to wipe it off a little bit. I had a little blue shadow, a little bit of glitter glue still. Got to be one of my favorite colors out of this Pink Magic color right here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I don't know why it's called Pink Magic. It's kind of more Purple Magic, I would call it, but okay. Now I'm going to bring that right in the center of the eye. It's about the center third of that eye. I don't want to come all the way in, and I don't want to go all the way out. But I want to really have that kind of the spotlight of the eye. Now I do also like to take my pinky, pick up a little bit of that same color on my pinky, and just kind of press that over the areas that I can really get to, because that really helps to lay that more flat. When you're working with a very foiled shadow, the point of it is you want it to lay nice and flat. Flatter you can get it on there, the more kind of payoff you get. Now I'm going to go ahead back into the Blue Bud palette. I'm going to go into Cullinan. Cullinan is that real shiny pearl color in the upper left. And I'm going to bring that way here on the inner corner. You don't have to worry about being so neat with this. As you see on the other side, we clean all that up in a minute. Now I like to take that on the corner of it also, and I'm going to bring it all the way up. And I like to kind of bring it above right here, and that's just giving that kind of a lighter base for that top part. You see how it really helped that kind of pop up towards the top. Come right here. And if you feel like your brush is kind of too dry for this, you can always pick up a little bit of your glitter glue, or you can pick up a little bit of, just wipe it on your makeup wipe just to dampen it a little bit. You don't want it like really wet, but there. See, that really helps that to brighten right up at the top. All right, now we're going to go over into the Blue Blood palette, and we're going to pick up that glittery color called Ocean Ice. Pick that up there, and that's because it's a very heavily glittered color. Let's see if that's going to work. I'm having a hard time picking this up. Maybe it was better on that other brush. You know, every eyeshadow is going to sit different on different brushes, and this one just seems to really be one of those that works much better on your finger. But I'm having those little small areas that I have to get into. Now I'm going to take it and just kind of press it on the outer and just lightly tap it over that other color we did. Just to kind of blur that line a little bit. You can also wipe your finger off. Wipe my finger off and go over into that Pink Magic color and tap that line a little bit. You just want to kind of blur that line of where one ends and the other begins. Bring the blue over and this one over into there. Much better. Now I am going to clean up a little bit of this fallout here. That color does make a lot of fallout, but that's fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up this little brush here. This is just a little flat kind of shader brush, and I'm going to pick up that Cullinan color, and I want to go ahead and bring that right into here. I always like to come very lightly under the brow. If you see where I just tight up underneath there, just to give that a little separation. I just feel like that kind of lifts my brow off of the eye look right there. See the difference that makes? Because my eyes are so hooded and they scrunch down. So I always come real light right into here and under. If your eyes aren't as hooded as mine, you might not have to do this step, or you may even want to do it a little more. I'm also going to go ahead and pop that right there towards the inner corner, but now I'm going to kind of tap that over that Pink Magic color and kind of brush that Pink Magic over the white. See how we're blurring that little line right there? You don't want to show where one color has ended and the other has begun. Now, one last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into Blue Monday. I want to really accentuate that blue right above. Kind of clean up where all that was right there and kind of really straighten up that line. And go ahead and do it back on this one because I didn't clean this one up here. And just seeing how those colors seem to be sitting at that crease line. Kind of messy, so I want to clean that up. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick that Ocean Ice color up again. I'm going to really pat that into that outer corner. Don't be afraid to use, you know, shimmers under your eye, over your eye, in the crease. I use them all over. That is that there. I think I am going to pull just a little bit more of that Pink Magic color right here on the lid. I seem to have lost the vibrancy right there. You know, sometimes you have to just kind of pat back and forth. There's that. Let's work on the waterline and the lower lash line. I think I'm going to go ahead with something kind of bright in my waterline. I will be right back. I went in with NYX Faux Whites in White Smoke, which is kind of like a lavendery kind of, they picked up a little bit on that blue, and I think that really, that lower waterline to really pop. Now I'm going to take that brush we were using underneath, just a little flat kind of packer brush almost. And actually mine is even better. I'm going to take the brush that we added that white in there, and I'm going to go along the lower lash line. I'm going to pick up Blue Monday, and I want to keep that real tight to the lash line. Probably should have done this before the white, because you may get some on there now, but it's all right. And I want to blend that out with a kind of pencil brush. This is my Refer number 3 brush. I don't know what else to call it. It's kind of a pencil brush, but a tiny pencil brush, I guess you could say. And I'm going to come underneath that with the color Blood Queen. That's more of a purple. And we're going to bring that right under. And just really use that to smoke that blue out and really come underneath that. See that same kind of idea we have up on top, right underneath. I like to lay the color in, and I'm actually going to go ahead and blend that right here, and the little bit under, I'm going to come under that little bit of white we have right there, and bring that over, really smoking that whole lower lash line out. There. Something a little fluffier right after, and just kind of use that. This doesn't have any extra product. It's just a brush that needs to be washed, and really kind of smoke that out under there. There. I will be right back with some mascara. Just a minute. Just a quick reminder, did you enter the giveaway? Make sure you do it. And I am back. What do we think? My hair is a disaster, but this is the eye look that I promised you guys using the Blue Blood and the Bloodlust. Hope you guys liked it. Please make sure to leave me comments below. Give me a big like, and I will see you guys on the next one. If you have not entered to win my Jefferee Star giveaway with Samantha Sweets, please do so now. Run right on over there and make sure to give her a thumbs up, subscribe, and make your comments below the videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.